Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Charlie Fisher Field and a beautiful night here in Gas City for tonight's IHSAA sectional, or rather sectional. We're getting close to sectional, but a CIC matchup, Mississinewa versus Alexandria. I'm Ryan Scott. Alongside with me, I have my good buddy Dalton Bishop. And Dalton, glad to have you back in the booth.
Yeah, Ryan, excited to be back, and it's another Indian football day, and I think it's going to be another beautiful night for football.
It is, and it's a beautiful atmosphere here in Gas City. Fans are starting to roll in, and Dalton, let's start off early with team stat comparison. If you want to read Alexandria's, and I can read Mississinewa's, or whatever you want. Rushing yards per game for Mississinewa is 251. Passing yards per game is 125. Went up a little bit from last week's game at Frankton. Total yards per game is 377. Tackles per game is 74. Sacks per game is 1. And points per game, the Indians are averaging 41 points a game.
Looking at the Alexandria Tigers, 128 rushing yards. So in the rushing category, Mississinewa definitely has the upper hand. But when you look at the passing yards, Alexandria 233 passing yards a game to Mississinewa's 125. 361 total yards per game, 56 tackles per game. They have 1 sack and 28 points per game. So on the stats here, looking as far as the offensive category goes, pretty even until you get to the points part. Then things kind of separate, because Mississinewa averaging almost 42 points per game and Alexandria only averaging 28. But as far as the rushing and the passing, that kind of equals out, because both teams do different things very well.
Yeah, like you said, when you read off the passing yards per game, as we look out, and especially earlier, I saw Alexandria working on a lot of passing during a warm-up. So hopefully the Indians can take that stop and get it early.
Yeah, Ryan, and something really cool that I'm sure we'll talk about all night long is the sectional draw comes up this Sunday afternoon, and that's going to be something very important playing into the next few weeks for Mississinewa and also Alexandria, who is playing here tonight. CIC, Ryan, I don't know if you have the records for the conference, and we'll go ahead and take a look at both teams.
Yes, Mississinewa comes in 6-1, 5-0 in the conference, and Alexandria a little struggle to the year, 3-4 and 1-4 in the conference. And we'll go team leaders, and Dalton will read Alexandria's. Mississinewa rushing yards per game is under number 21, Heisman Skeens, with 106. Passing yards per game is number 21, Heisman Skeens, with 122. Total yards per game is again by number 21, Heisman Skeens. Tackles per game is 9 with number 51, John Hall, and John Hall will not be playing in tonight's game, and we will talk about that later on. Sacks per game is number 43, Tobias Mead, with 0.6, and points per game is by number 35, Cade Campbell, with 16.
So really for Mississinewa, it's a lot of Heisman Skeens, like we've seen in his first 3 years at the varsity level, now in his 4th year. So Heisman picking up right where he has left off. Now for the Alexandria Tigers, number 7, Aaron Thomas, 76 rushing yards per game. Rylan Metz has 233 passing yards per game. Total yards per game, Rylan Metz again, 260 and a half total yards per game. Carson Hartwell, wearing number 5, goes for almost 8 tackles per game. Going for the points per game, Aaron Thomas, 9.7 points per game. So, similar story for Alexandria as Mississinewa. You have 2 players that kind of do it all offensively. Same thing for Alexandria.
Yes, and 20 minutes roughly on the clock till we get the opening kick. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and this 2-minute break is brought to you by Scott's Flooring and Installation. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're watching Mississippi Indians football on the pregame show live from Fisher Field.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Uh-huh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here
Check.
Welcome back to the varsity pregame show. Roughly 17 minutes until we get started. And both teams are heading to the locker room. And the atmosphere is big already. Alexandria fans are still rolling in. And as always, Mississinewa fans are packed. Again, both teams CIC matchup. And it's week 8 of IHSA football. And the Indians will be at home next week against Blackford. That'll, if I am right, that'll determine the CIC title, right?
Yeah, that should determine who will be your 2018 Central Indiana Conference champions, as Ryan just said. But, you know, Blackford, what has impressed me about them the most, undefeated here in 2018 in the CIC conference. And I'm going to tell you what, Ryan, from 2 years ago to now, the Blackford Bruins have really, really stepped up their game. And I think that has to do with a lot of hard work by the players, but also Coach Seahigh really going to work with that football team.
And I was about to bring that up. You know, Coach does an amazing job in really bringing back that program from basically scratch. And Blackford's not too bad of a team, and it'll be a really matchup come Blackford. But games that we are looking for is sectional and to see who Mississinewa draws for sectional.
Yeah, and like we said, that comes up Sunday afternoon, I believe, beginning at 1 p.m. on the IHSAA.tv is where you can watch that sectional draw. That is online again at IHSAA.tv. Well, speaking of the sectional, tournament history for Ole Miss, 1983 they picked up a sectional title over Twin Lakes, winning 21-20. They went to the regional. They lost to Fort Wayne Dwenger 55-6. In 1985, the Indians defeat county rival Eastbrook 51-24 in the first round. In the second round of the sectional, they beat Madison Grant 8-0. And to win the sectional title, they beat Elwood at Elwood 32-31. That year, in 1985, they also went to the regional, where they defeated Hamilton Southeastern 15-0 and lost in the semi-state to Wawasee 7-6. In 1986, another sectional title for the Indians, defeating Alexandria, Muncie North, and Yorktown before losing in the regional to West Lafayette in overtime 22-14. In 1987, the Indians were defeated in the first round of sectionals 14-12. In 1988, they made it to the regional, getting a first round bye in the sectional, beating Yorktown in the second round 48-20, beating Elwood in the championship 20-13, and losing the regional at Tipton 21-0. In 1989, another loss in the second round for the Indians, beating Eastbrook in the first round 36-8, and then losing to Norwell 28-13. That takes us to year 1990 at Harding, where the Indians pick up a win 28-15 and lose the following week to Eastbrook 21-8. A little bit more into the previous years, we go back to 2016, where the Indians were defeated by Fort Wayne Bishop DeWinger 56-2 on what the Indians, their best regular season year in history, going undefeated. But then when they got to the sectional, they lost 56-2 to Fort Wayne Bishop DeWinger. And then last year, the Indians win the first round of sectionals at Frankfort, 65-20. They come home to take on the Marion Giants, which they defeat 21-14. And then in the championship game, a Cade Campbell interception seals the deal.
Yes.
And the Indians pick up a sectional title for the first time since 1986, which was, correction, since 1988. That was the biggest win to recent date for this Indian football team. Last year, they won a sectional championship, go to Greenwood. They play in the regional championship, unfortunately fall short by a touchdown, 34-27. And obviously, like Ryan said, this year, the Indians have only lost one game. Lost one game to Pendleton Heights, the very first game of the year. They only lost that one by 1. So the last 3 years have been very good for the Indians, at least in the regular season. Last year, going a little bit deeper into the postseason, picking up a sectional championship. And Ryan, you know, seeing this Indian football team play this year, you know, at the beginning of the year, we had talked about, is this Indian team going to be able to produce and put up the numbers that last year's team did, because you lost so many seniors. You lost such a great quarterback in Cade McCoy. You lost, you know, one of the best defensive players in the conference, in the county, and if not the state, in Dustin Patton. And then, you know, this year, you know, we had all those questions, but, you know, Ryan, I think the Indians have really answered all those questions, and they are just as good as last year's team.
For sure, and a lot of worries from not only Coach Funk, but the rest of the team. I remember senior Seth Gashonik saying, you know, we lost a good quarterback, but Heisman Skeens, he can play anywhere and anything, and he's done quite an outstanding job at the QB position.
Yeah, absolutely, and, you know, I think tonight is going to be a really, really good evening for football.
Yes, 11 minutes until we get the opening kick in the coin toss here at Fisher Field. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll hear some words from head Mississinewa coach Kurt Funk. You're watching Mississinewa Indians pregame on the Tribe Sports Network.
Fisher Field here on the campus of Mississinewa High School. CIC football game between the visiting Alexandria Tigers and your Mississinewa Indians. Sportsmanship is a top priority in the CIC at Mississinewa High School. Your admission to this athletic event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by these student athletes. Please give these athletes your encouragement and support. Efforts to applaud the talents of all participants is greatly appreciated. Booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials, coaches, or athletes is unacceptable and unsportsmanlike. Also, here at Mississinewa High School, this is a smoke-free campus, and that does include e-cigarettes. They are prohibited. This time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and remove all hats, as the Mississinewa Crimson Pride Band will honor America with the playing of our national anthem under the direction of Mrs. Cindy Walker.
pregame with head Mississinewa football coach Kurt Funk. And Coach, it's week 8, and how are you feeling about it?
You know, I'm feeling really good about things. You know, obviously, you want to be playing your best football this time of year. You know, leading into the playoffs, we got 2 regular season games. Tonight being Alexandria being the first one of 2. And I feel like our kids, they got a little bit more sense of urgency now this week than maybe they have in the past few weeks, just because, again, they know this regular season's winding down. We're playing for a conference championship. So I do feel good about things.
Yeah, like you said, playing for a conference championship. How do your guys coming off of a big win against Franklin, how has that helped you guys prepare for tonight's game?
I think, it's helped us prepare quite a bit. One thing is, we had a lot of penalties in that game last week. And so, I think more than anything, it just made us focus a little bit more this week for this opponent in Alexandria. So that way, we don't have another night of 140 yards and penalties.
What do you know about Alexandria that'll hopefully not make it too big of a stop for you guys tonight?
Well, they do a great job of passing the football, and they throw the ball 60, 70 times a game. And, that's just something that, we're not used to seeing. We've been seeing a lot of run-heavy teams, so, we're going to have to be on our toes DB-wise.
Yeah, coming week 8, and how can your guys and you prepare for the last 2 games to get ready for sectional play?
Again, it just comes down to the basic fundamentals of football. We got to block, we got to tackle, we got to secure the football, and we can't, have penalties. And if we can do them things, that's going to help prepare us and set us up for the playoffs
here
in a few weeks.
Yes, Coach, what are you guys health-wise tonight?
We're still going to be out. Drew Caston on, and also John Hall is going to be out this week. We're hoping to have both of them back here soon. We do get Skylar Tackett back this week, who has been out the last couple weeks. So we get one, but we lose one too. So, we just can't seem to catch a break this year with the injuries.
Yeah, Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Coach Funk, head football coach of the Mississinewa Indians. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with more varsity pregame show. This is Indians football pregame on the Tribe Sports Network.
Indian fans are awaiting the Indians from the locker room, and they have the jug in front of them, which they earned that against the Eastbrook Panthers a couple weeks ago.
That is who we call Ruby.
That's what you call Ruby, and I remember passing Mr. Young in the hallway, and I said, well, that looks a lot better colors than black and red. And the Indians are making their way, led by head coach Kurt Funk.
Mississinewa Principal Steve Quater, Assistant Principal Andy Resch, and Athletic Director Chance Young, as well as Head Coach Kurt Funk. Would like to welcome Head Coach Pete Gass from Alexandria, his coaching staff, players, cheerleaders, and fans to tonight's game. And here come your Mississinewa Indians.
And And as you heard the famous word in Friday night's football, here come your Mississinewa Indians. That was PA announcer Kurt McCollum.
Ryan, just a couple of minutes away, and we will have week number 8 of the IHSAA football season underway from Charlie Fisher Field here in Gas City.
And you know, Dalton, I was just thinking about this. It was about this time last year that we were saying, well, would we ever make it to a regional? And you and I got the privilege to call a regional from Greenwood in the, well, some people would call it lovely press box we got.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, that was probably the best press box I have announced any type of athletic event out of. And I'll tell you, Ryan, you said a privilege, and it's definitely a privilege because not many people get the opportunity to say that they have not only announced a sectional championship, but to be able to announce a regional game too. That was, I mean, just to have the opportunity to do something like that is something that you can't really put into words because it's so awesome.
It is, and we'll turn it over to.
They will defend the east goal, and the Indians will defend the west goal.
"40 seconds and counting until we get to see the first football up in the air here at Fisher Field."
So here we go. The Indians fired up, ready to go. And, man, I'm telling you, Ryan, I'm so excited to be able to come back and announce some football, man, because this is back to the good old times where
officials for tonight's game, Gregory.
Me and you had these opportunities, like you said last year. Are the Indians ever going to be able to get a sectional title? Are they ever going to be able to get to the regional? You know, and all that happened, and now it's like you said, it's kind of like a repeat. Is it going to happen again?
Yeah. Again, I love the older days as last year as we had a few games, a 3-man crew with the one and only Josh Dakin.
Yeah, Josh was one of a kind, man, I'll tell you. He definitely was, but
he is down in the
he's down here in the bleachers somewhere.
He is right under
I think
Kurt
to our
McCollum.
left here.
Yeah, to our left under Kurt McCollum. So I feel bad for Kurt here having to listen to Josh Dakin.
Oh, yeah, you know Josh will be in their ears. Josh will be in somebody's ear here before too long. Well, Ryan, Alexandria going to get the ball first. We're going to see what are they made of here offensively?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to see what Alexandria has, and the one and only Andrew Saladay will kick it off for the Indians.
It will be Aaron Thomas and number 24, Cade Vernetti. Will be back. Thomas is a 6-foot senior. Vernetti is a 5'9" junior. Like you said, Saladay to do the honors to kick it off and get us underway here in Gas City. Here we go.
Ball is up and short, and they will leave it there.
Fair catch brought down by number 28, Camden Pevler. He is a 5'9" senior, and here come the Alexandria Tigers on offense. I'll go ahead and give you the defense for the Indians. The defense will be number 31, Andrew Cruz, number 79, Skylar Tackett, number 17, Kyler Funk, number 50, Jaheim Johnson, number 43, Tobias Mead, number 52, Chris Pavey, number 23, Carson Campbell, number 12, Hunter Ribble, number 35, Cade Campbell, number 20, Bryce Lutke, and number 21, Heisman Skeens.
Yeah, we have talked about this numerous times. Number 23 for Ole Miss, Carson Campbell, as a freshman and starting in almost every varsity football game.
Pass from Metz was complete to number 10, Miller Abernathy, and that was a gain. Let's see. It'll be 1st and 4. So 6-yard gain to start the game for the Alexandria Tigers. And, you know, Ryan, I think this is the first time all year that I've seen a team kind of move at slow motion here. I think Alexandria is going to try to slow down the Indians.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I don't think that'll get past the Indians is slowing them down, because they had the mentality of let's go after it and let's go fast, and hopefully that won't stop the Indians.
That was Cade Vernetti, who went in motion, got the ball, and swallowed up there in the backfield by Kyler Funk. So Indians defense, rush defense looks pretty good, but right now, it looks like Alexandria may be able to pass the ball a little bit.
Yeah, passing the ball, and like we said in pregame, passing yards per game for Alexandria is 233, and we can see why they do that, because they gain so much.
Another beautiful day for football here in Gas City.
It is.
Had a monsoon earlier this morning.
Yeah, I was walking outside to go to school, and I said, well, I hope we don't have to play in this, because I won't be able to see. Sacked in the backfield, and that'll be Ryan Meltz, and again, he'll be sacked in the backfield, and that is one good news for the Indians.
That was Skylar Tackett, and I believe Andrew Cruz. Tobias Mead was back there and kind of missed it, but nonetheless, a 3-and-out, and the Indians will get the ball off of a punt. Heisman Skeens and Cade Campbell, as we've seen over the past 2 years, back to receive. This is number 18, I believe, number 18. No, number 88. And the punt is brought down by Campbell out across the 50. Going to get a block.
Campbell will go on the outside, and he'll go, and he'll keep on going, and he'll step out of bounds. A great run for the Indians.
He got out to about the 15. Had a good block there from Skylar Tackett and Heisman Skeens. So Indians moving in the right direction.
Yeah, that's a great start.
Picked it up at about the 35 and got to the 13. About a 46-yard gain for Cade Campbell unofficially. Talked about Dustin Patton down on the sidelines.
Yeah, I just saw him.
Indians.
He was out yesterday supporting the Indian volleyball team as they secured a CIC title against Frankton in 3 quick sets.
Officials going to get together here. There was a flag on the play, but let's see what it is. They're going to say taunting against the Indians, I believe is what it was.
I think so.
So here we go. Cole in motion, going to hand it off up the middle. Here goes Cade Campbell up the middle, breaks the tackle, gets upfield, and will be brought down at about the 3-yard line. A gain of about 14. Ball was at the 17. And let's see where they mark it. I believe it's going to be at the 3 or 4-yard line. So no, they're going to mark it at the 5. So big carry there for Cade Campbell. Indians will probably get on the board here. Here's the snap, a handoff to Campbell, and he will be swallowed up the middle. He will be brought down by number 53, Mikey Smith, a 5'8" senior.
A gain of 0. And second down.
Something new here this year. We see all these signs being held up. I know they did it a few times here and there, but they did it all season.
Yeah, last.
Here's Campbell around the outside. Going to get into the end zone on that one. That will be a 6-yard rushing touchdown for Cade Campbell.
That'll be a touchdown, Indians, and a great start for the Indians.
So Cade Campbell, a 6-yard rushing touchdown to get the Indians on the board with 9:16.
And the cannon was extra loud tonight.
That woke them up down below us there. The fans are cheering now. Here we go. Solid A for the PAT. The snap, the hold, the kick, right down the center, and a 7-0 lead for the Indians.
Yes, a great hold by Drew Cruz, and Caston was able to get it up and right down the middle. Touchdown is brought to you by Twin City Auto Body, 1427 East Main and Gas City, 765-674-7733.
Good offensive possession there for the Indians. Capitalize on every mistake
Yes.
that the Tigers make, and against the team the caliber of the Indians, you don't necessarily want to make too many mistakes. We talked about it in the pregame show. Ryan, you had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Funk, and unfortunately, again, Drew Castanon and Jonathan Hall out for tonight's game, and hopefully, like Coach Funk said, maybe we'll get to see them next week.
Yeah, and if not week, hopefully sectional, because they could use both players in sectional. Solid day to kick it off to Alexandria. It is high and long. Alexandria will go, cut up the middle.
A big gain there. That was Cade Vernetti. I got a feeling we'll be saying his name quite a bit tonight.
Yeah,
He is a very good. He runs the ball very well. I mean, we haven't seen him with one handoff, but you can see there on that return, he can definitely get out and get running.
Yeah, you got to get a stop on him early. If not, he'll break through and he'll be gone.
Rylan Metz is their quarterback. This is coming into his third year at the quarterback position. He is a junior. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. And Aaron Thomas, a 6 foot senior, in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Metz going to drop back, going to be under heavy pressure, and it will be caught by Thomas. Little shimmy shake move and brought down by Heisman Skeens. Had the right idea. He tried to break through, and then Heisman was right there to knock him down. So second down for the Tigers.
Ball is on the 37. And Alexandria can,
like I said, they're just gonna. This might be a long evening, as far as
trying to stall. Yeah.
Vernetti in motion, gonna fake the handoff, and there is number 17, Kyler Funk. Had a good read on it from the get-go, and I don't think he got anything. So Kyler Funk on the tackle. I think that was Metz who tried to keep it, and it was. So third down for the Tigers.
Ball on the 35, 7 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the first quarter here in Gas City.
Pretty good crowd for the Indians on the Alexandria side. A little sluggish tonight.
Yeah, maybe they thought it was going to rain a lot.
Here is Metz, gets the snap, drops back to pass, will scramble out to the right. Now he comes back here to our side, and now he's just going to keep it. Metz at the 40, going to get out, and I think he got the first down before he was brought down by Tobias Meade. So, Ryan, right now the Indians definitely having a lot of success in the pass coverage. After giving up that early pass, their pass coverage has definitely gotten a lot better, and just, unfortunately, a lot of open field here on this side of the field. Yeah, Metz was able to scramble.
Yeah, you got to close in the gaps and try to get the quarterback sacked. It's harder. It's easier said than done, but if they're going to keep passing, you got to figure out something quick.
Here we go again. Another 15-minute wait before we see the next snap. Now, for Alexandria, that could be the smartest thing that they could do. A high-powered offense like Ole Miss. And, I haven't had the chance to see Alexandria this year, but that, as far as on paper, both offensive, can score the ball.
Yeah.
But for Alexandria, with Mississinewa's dynamics of Skeens, Campbell, and another Campbell, you might want to slow them down. And right now, to try to get them out of the rhythm. And right now, Alexandria doing a great job of that.
Yes, they are. And like we said, maybe waiting 15 minutes maybe that's going to be their strategy tonight. Try to slow down the Indians and try to get past by stalling them.
We got 6 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Indians have only touched the ball one time, and normally we've seen them touch it about 6 or 7. Metz, a pass to Vernetti, and he's going to
break through, and
he was brought down by number 50, Jaheim Johnson. Big stop there because Vernetti gets off that one. He might be going to the house.
Yeah, it's good that Johnson was there because, like you said, if it was open any longer, he would have been gone.
This is Metz again. Metz a very good quarterback.
Yeah, he sees the ball well, and
Metz going to throw
it away.
The field is a little slick, as you can see, because, Ribble was there to make the stop, and it just looked like he kind of lost his footing and slipped, and that could be from the monsoon we had from 4 o'clock earlier this morning to about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So,
yes.
The weather has really turned around and has turned into a beautiful evening for football here in Gas City. Here, when we get a moment, we would like to recognize our Ole Miss cheerleaders for the 2018 football season. Matt's under pressure, going to throw a little screen pass, and will be knocked down by number 52, Chris Pavey. So, last night, while we have a minute, last night the Mississinewa Indian volleyball team won a share of the CIC title, so congratulations to Coach Bolser and the Lady Indians volleyball team on a share of the CIC title.
Yeah, 2 CIC titles for the 2018 fall season, one from volleyball and one for tennis, and that's good news for Indian Nation.
Yep, absolutely, and I'd like to give a shout out to the Mississinewa girls soccer team. Had a great fight last night, and the sectional just came up a little bit short. So, good season for the Ole Miss girls soccer team, and their season has come to an end. And back on Wednesday night, the boys soccer team also, their season came to an end. Like we said, both teams had good fights, just not enough.
Yes.
So it looks like we're going to have a minute here because the official's going to talk to Alexandria coach. First for the junior varsity cheerleaders, Maya Wright, Carson Fisher, Natalie McVicker, Candace David, Mackenzie Ressler, and Kendall Emmons will be the JV cheerleaders. For the varsity cheerleaders, Jacqueline Smith, the only senior, Peyton Martin, Juliana Smith, Michaela Donis, and Haley Skeens. Yes, the Skeens and Campbell's names are all over the place here in Mississinewa. I think earlier this year, Ryan, I think I made the comment, does Carson have a younger brother?
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and if he did, that'd be
awesome.
He would play football, that would be even better.
Matt's in heavy pressure, breaks through, going to throw it down the field. It's going to be caught, and a touchdown for the Alexandria Tigers. Blown coverage right down the center of the field, and it will be caught by number 88, Justin Summers, a 6'2 senior, and the Alexandria Tigers on the board at 7-6.
Yeah, like we talked about, Metz is a great quarterback. He sees the ball well, he sees the field well, and when he sees a open player in the end zone, he will take advantage of it, and that's what he did.
Metz to Summers for 40 yards, and the PAT will come from Summers. Not Summers Plumbing, but Summers. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, right down the center, and it is 7-7 with 6:24 left to go in the first quarter.
Speaking of Summers Heating and Cooling, this touchdown is brought to you by Summers Heating and Cooling, 614 East 4th Street in Marion.
Man, Ryan, I'm telling you what, like I said, don't count out the Alexandria Tigers, because I'm telling you right now, if you can have plays like that will get you points, and you can slow this Indians offense down, you have a chance, because you're going to get them out of rhythm. They're used to the high tempo, go, go, go. If you slow them down, you might be in business, and you might be there when it comes down to the final seconds of the game.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier in the pregame show, when the Alexandria Tigers get going slowly and take a few minutes before they go off, the Indians are thrown off guard, and that's what slows the Indians down. And like we talked about, that can't happen for the Indians.
Ryan, you take a look on paper, and like I said, on paper, as far as offense, it kind of equals out, but when they come to the points, it's 42-28. So, but right now they look good. Here's Cruz going to pick it up on a short kick. He's going to break up the middle, and I think get out to about the 46 or 47. So that's where the Indians will start. The Indians will start on their side of the field at the 47 as Heisman Skeens leads the offense back to the field. Here comes Mississinewa's own bodybuilder, Brooks Holloway, walking into the facility.
I was just thinking of that, and I was about to say the one and only Brooks Holloway will make his way up to the booth. And speaking of him, we always like to give him a big thank you for all he does for TribeTV and the Mississinewa family. Does a wonderful job for TribeTV, and we thank him very much.
Skeens pass to Campbell. He will go from the 47 on the Indian side on to the Alexandria's, I believe that's going to be the 41.
And that will be a first down. And, you know, Dalton, we might be able to get Mr. Holloway onto the mic tonight. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, you know, what he has to say. But, you know, it's been a while since
he's been on the mic.
He's been on the microphone. He might be a little rusty.
Yeah.
Skeens in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the far side. Going to send Carson Campbell in motion. Now fake the handoff. Skeens will keep it up the middle. Get out across the 40 to the 35.
And there will be a flag on the play.
And we've got an Indian down on our side near the sideline. I believe that's Caden Cole, and it is. So we will take a
injury timeout is brought to you by Marion General Hospital, and it is located in Marion. We'll be back in 60. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Holding against the Indians. The 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
And Coach Richards and athletic trainer Julie Wilmert will help Caden Cole off the field, and he will sit on the bench and be evaluated again by athletic trainer Julie Wilmert.
Here's Carson Campbell in motion. He gets it.
Sends it off to Carson, and he will break two tackles, and he'll be brought down. I tell you what, when Carson gets going, there's no stopping him.
No, he's so quick and so shifty on his feet that it's almost impossible to stop him. You know, he gets going, and it's bad news for the other team.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on Caden Cole, and we hope to, you know, get an update at least at the halftime break to see maybe what went wrong there if he's not back on the field. Skeens snaps, will drop back to pass. He's got Carson downfield now, going to throw it to Cade. Good defense there by number 28, Camden Peevler. So good defense so far here by Alexandria. Got a touchdown, got some momentum rolling, and now the Indians are really going to be facing a 3rd and 6 with 4:51 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we've only seen a couple plays, but Alexandria's defense is very well, and they are very strong. And let's see what the Indians can do here on 3rd down.
Skeens in the shotgun formation, gets the snap, hands off to Cade Campbell, goes up the middle, and will be brought down maybe a yard short. Or I think he might have got the first down on that one. And it is a first down for the Mississinewa Indians.
That is good news for a first down, inching closer to the end zone, and let's see what the Indians can do here on offense. Looks like it is Caden Cole's knee.
Yeah, I know that he's had some issues with his knee, you know, throughout the years. And Skeens will scramble and now keep it. You can get about 3 or 4, but you know, our concern is with Caden Cole. It doesn't look like he's in, you know, severe pain, but it looks like it's bad enough that it's keeping him from wanting to put any pressure or move that leg, you know. So hope for the best, you know, as we get into the postseason. Caden Cole definitely a key component to this Indian team.
2nd down, 3 to go, and ball will be on the 23 for the Indians.
Skeens, shotgun formation, a receiver to the far side, and now fakes it, hands off, throws it to Cruz.
And Cruz will have a nice catch and will be brought down. And that'll be another Indian first down.
So an Indian first down, 7-7, 3:30 left, first quarter. Heisman, hands off to Cade Campbell, goes up the middle, a gain of about 4 or 5. So not too bad so far here for Ole Miss. I think, at this rate, it'd be back and forth. And, a huge accomplishment to Alexandria and Coach Pete Gass. They've done a phenomenal job against the Indians. Alexandria lost to Madison Grant earlier this year. Mississinewa obviously blown out Madison Grant. And I'm telling you right now, Alexandria definitely putting up a fight with Ole Miss.
Yeah, and you look score 7-7 with 2 minutes and 52 seconds, and really the score doesn't show how well Alexandria has done so far.
The defense for Alexandria definitely has stepped up here later in this first quarter, because by now the Indians would have been in the end zone and scored a touchdown. But right now the defense has definitely picked up for Alexandria, and the Indians face a 3rd and goal. 4 yards to go here. 2:20 and counting in the first quarter. Indians, Tigers, 7-7 affair. Skeens, hands off to Cruz, and he will gain only 1 or 2 and it'll bring up 4th down. I'm sure the Indians will probably go for it here. Ryan, right now I think is a perfect opportunity to try to kick a field goal with Andre Soliday. What do you have to lose?
Yeah, and Andrew Soliday is a great kicker, and that'll be 1st and goal for the Indians.
The Indians got a 1st down there, so 1st and goal. Here is Heisman. Skeens, hands off. Cade Campbell takes it up the middle. It's going to be an Indian touchdown. Cade Campbell, a 3-yard touchdown run.
Yes, and again, touchdown Indians, and the Indians will be on the board again.
So a 3-yard touchdown run for Cade Campbell with 1 minute 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Andre Soliday. Here we go.
Touchdown is brought to you by Mike Anderson Chevrolet, 119 East Main in Gas City.
The field goal was good, 14-7. Indians with a lead, and I'm telling you, it might be the next Adam Vinatieri with a boot like that. Nonetheless, 14-7, Indians with the lead. Well, now the Tigers will come back and try to even things back up, but
yeah, I'm sure they're going to try to look for what they had the last touchdown, an open field in the end zone, and gave the Tigers an easy touchdown.
Thursday night football happened last night, and I almost lost my dinner watching that game because the Colts were really starting to make me sick. A Colts fan like myself, and the Colts have a chance late in the game, and then you throw an interception because your receiver can't catch the ball, and then you lose the game. And that's not why they lost the game, but that's part of the reason they didn't have a chance late in the game. But
Andrew Soliday will kick it off to Alexandria. And the smoke cloud is coming across the field from the cannon. Ball will be dropped. And Alexandria will recover. Breaks through 2. And will be brought down.
So now the Indian defense heads to the field. Here we go. Maybe the smoke will get in their eyes and they won't be able to throw it 80 yards down the field.
Yeah, it's almost at the 50-yard line, and it is still thick and low. That was the 2 loudest cannon shots I've heard this year.
Very good passing team is Alexandria. So here is the snap. Metz back to pass, will throw. Ball will be caught. That will be Summers, and he will get about 6 or 7 on that pass. And every second down and 3. I'm telling you, Ryan, Rylan Metz can throw the ball, and this Alexandria team can definitely catch it.
Yeah, like we said, you got to eliminate the passing game if you're the Indians, because if not, they're going to keep passing, and they're going to keep passing short, and eventually they are going to get to their side, and they're going to score. So if you're the Indians, you have to eliminate the passing game from Alexandria.
Back to pass, Metz again. Will throw, pressure in his face, and it was great.
Almost an interception by Cade Campbell.
Great defense there by Campbell. Miller Abernathy there to help Campbell up off the field. And, you know, Ryan, someone like an announcer like me and you, when you see stuff like that from the opposing team, it really makes you happy because that is how the game should be played.
Exactly. That's great sportsmanship, and that's what should be in every game. And like you said, announcers like us, we love to see that because that gives us more time and more, I'd say, energy to announce their names because they did something very good.
Metz dropped back to pass that time, and it wasn't going to happen because Tobias Meade said, have a seat.
Have a seat, and I'll give you the chair. Metz will be sacked twice in tonight's game. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter here at Fisher Field. Indians 14, Tigers 7.
It is 4th down, 30 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter. And now the Indians will get the ball back. And this will be Summers back to punt. Snap. And the kick on the way. A high booming kick. And Skeens will call for the fair catch and catch the ball with 10.5 seconds left. And the Indians head back out onto the field for offense. Try to add some more tallies to the scoreboard.
Yes, and that would be nice. Indians have a 1 touchdown lead, 14-7, with 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
If I'm Coach Funk, I'd let Skeens air the arm out a little bit, and let's go about 80 yards downfield here. Nonetheless, a 14-7 lead for Ole Miss. Skeens in the shotgun formation, has Campbell to his right side, Bryce Ludke, Carson Campbell to his right as well. Here's the snap. Skeens back to pass with pressure. Will throw it downfield, and the pass, I believe, was intended for Carson Campbell. He may have ran the wrong route, or Skeens may have just thought he was supposed to go that way, and Carson really wasn't supposed to go that way. But
yeah, well, it wasn't close.
It was way off. It's like a basketball shot where we say way off the mark, and that one was way off the mark.
Yeah. See if the Indians can do it again on second down with 5 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Skeens definitely has gotten a lot more comfortable at that quarterback position this season. Skeens again will take the snap, fake the handoff, and now he will keep it. Around the right side, gets a block from Carson, cuts up the middle, gets out across the 45, trying to get to the 50 before he is ran out of bounds by number 24, Cade Vernetti, and that will end the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Mississinewa 14, Alexandria 7, Ryan.
Yeah, 14-7 lead for the Indians in the first quarter. That's I wouldn't say an outstanding start, but it is a start for the Indians, and I know they would like to have more than 14, but it is a start, and let's see what they can do. Second quarter, we'll be back in 1 minute. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the
Quarter's
Indiana.
underway, and Indians will have a big run.
That pass was complete to number 20, Bryce Lutke.
That's a great start to start the second quarter. A great run by number 20, Bryce Lukey. And that's a name that doesn't get said much, but it will be said a lot during tonight's game.
Just underway, second quarter, Charlie Fisher Field, Gas City, Indiana. Home of the Ole Miss Indians, your 2017 Sectional 21 champions.
Yes, a great night for Friday Night Lights. And the sky is clear, and knock on wood, hopefully no rain.
Man, they're just trying to throw Skins around like a rag doll to knock him on the ground, but you know that doesn't work when you have somebody whose feet are moving as quick as his are, and you know, you have to tackle him.
Yeah, he's so fast on his feet, and he's so strong that if you try to bring him down, it's hard. It's not an easy, okay, I'm just going to take him down. You're going to have to work because he's so strong, and like you said, he's fast on his feet.
I had a fun time, you know, my sophomore year of high school trying to bring him down. It didn't work too well. Skeens, a nice little stiff arm, and now will keep it, lower the shoulder, and be ran out of bounds. He will be ran out of bounds by number 53, Mikey Smith. 10:54 left to go in the first half. Like we said, sectional draw coming up this Sunday. You can watch that live on ihsaa.tv. That begins at 1 p.m. Again, that's ihsaa.tv. You can also follow the IHSAA on Twitter at IHSAA1. Get up-to-date information through state tournament competition.
Yes, and follow MHS Tribe TV on Twitter, and we will post the pairings for Mississinewa football as they will get together and see who they will draw Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Team 7 miles up the road since number 1 in Class 4A, and they happen to be in the Indians sectional, so it's going to be a tough sectional.
Yeah, and you never know. Like we have to for basketball, 7 miles apart, and you have to drive an hour and 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But nonetheless,
Cade Campbell will take it into the end zone for a touchdown, Indians.
A 11-yard Cade Campbell touchdown run.
And you know it, that's 3 touchdowns for Cade Campbell.
11-yard touchdown run, 10:13 left in the second quarter. Andre Soliday to attempt the PAT, Andrew Cruz to hold. Here comes the snap.
Touchdown is brought to you by turning over a new leaf, flowers, and gifts. 313 West Main and Gas City, 765-573-3366. And Andre Soliday will kick it up the middle.
So 21-7, Mississinewa with the lead. 10:13 left in the first half. We will take a 1-minute timeout and come back. This is Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back to the famous Fisher Field in Gas City. Indians 21, Tigers 7, 10-13 left to play. And The Indians will kick it off to the Tigers, and that'll be Andre Saladay. My bad.
This one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Ryan, you don't see that very often in high school football, but like I said, the next Adam Vinatieri in the making.
Yeah, if he keeps that up, he is going to do great things.
I think I've seen him miss 1, maybe 2 field goals all year long. And for high school football, that
is very
is
good.
Very impressive. The kid's got a boot. I don't know if it's like one of those games that you play online or on your game system where you get a power up and your boot just gets really big.
On the Wii, or yeah.
But he's definitely got one.
Maybe plays a Wii field goal.
Metz hands it off. This is Aaron Thomas, and I think he got about 6 on that one. So it'll bring up 2nd down and I believe 4. The ball, I believe, going to be on the 26, and it will. (21-7). Metz snaps, throws. This is Vernetti. Going to break it to the outside, get the first down and more. A gain of about 7 on that one. So, Ryan, as we go back and we talk about, I'm going to say it all night long, and it's going to drive people at home crazy because I keep repeating myself. But if they can continue to slow down the Indians, get them out of their offensive rhythm, and they can make progress and score some points, they will be there at the end of the football game. They will have an opportunity.
Yeah, we talk about it in the pregame, and every time we go on a break, you have to eliminate that kind of stuff. You have to eliminate the passing yards because it's going to catch up with the Indians quickly. Metz will throw it low and will be caught.
That pass will be caught by number 10, Miller Abernathy, a gain of about 6 or 7. And Ryan, you know, by watching Rylan Metz, I want to know if he's got any offers to go play college football as a quarterback, because he has got a cannon on that left arm of his, and he throws a bullet right to Abernathy, and it's caught. And I'm telling you, this kid can throw the football.
Yeah, you know, I was actually thinking about that when I was watching him during pregame. You know, if he doesn't have offers, someone needs to give him an offer because he is a strong quarterback.
This was number 7, Aaron Thomas. He breaks it out to the outside for an Alexandria first down, a gain of about 9 or 10. So just as the Indians start to add some cushion to that lead, here comes the Tigers roaring back to life.
Yeah, first down, 10 to go, and ball will be on the 49-yard line.
21-7, 8:55 left in the first half. As Ryan wakes us up here, turns on our light so we can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I could barely see all these 25 pages of stats I have up here.
Matt's going to launch one deep. He's got him open. It's caught.
And I tell you, and if you
what a play.
If you don't eliminate that kind of stuff, we've been talking about this all game, that is going to happen. The exact same thing is going to happen.
A 50-yard touchdown pass. That one goes to Cade Vernetti. He just outran the defense, had 2 Indian defensive players on him. A 50-yard Alexandria touchdown pass. Rylan Metz connects with Cade Vernetti.
The extra point will go up. Kick is up, and it is good. And no good. See, it's getting so dark, Dalton, I can't even see.
8:46 left in the first half. Mississinewa 21, Alexandria 13. And we will take a 1-minute timeout and come back to see some Indian offense. This is Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back. 8:46 left to play, and Alexandria will kick it off to the Indians. 2 Indians in the backfield, and that'll be caught by number 35, Cade Campbell, and he will take it up and break through, and he'll break through another one, and he'll go down to the home side, and he'll take it all the way, and he'll be brought down about the 6-yard line.
And there will be a penalty on the play. They're going to call a horse collar against the Alexandria Tigers. A huge run from the junior Cade Campbell.
Yeah, he was all the way in the backfield, and he unloosed the trailer, and he was gone.
He released the afterburners and said it's time to get rolling.
Yeah, he said it's enough. It's time to let the Indians score and keep it from Alexandria to score, and he had a great run.
For those who love cars and are car enthusiasts, he dropped it down to 4th gear, got the RPMs built up, and jammed it back into 5th and took off.
Dalton, what would you call that in the race car? Take off?
Just see you later. I'm gone.
Speaking of racing, we'll talk about this a little bit at halftime. Dalton Bishop will get behind the driver's seat tomorrow and hopefully to get the first place spot tomorrow.
Here's a snap. Heisman Skeens takes it into the end zone. A 5-yard touchdown run for the senior Heisman Skeens. Touchdown, Mississinewa.
Yeah, again, like we just talked about a few moments ago, the good sportsmanship, and that was by the Timothy Scott, number 74. He helped up a Alexandria player, and that's what we like to see, good sportsmanship, and especially by our Indians. Andre Saladay will kick it up for the Indians.
Mr. Clutch.
The Indian fans are loud and proud, and the student section is getting loud, and the kick is up, and again, Dalton, it is good.
Andre Saladay knocks one down the center with 8:29 remaining in the first half. Mississinewa 28, Alexandria 13. We will take a 1-minute timeout, come back and see some offense from the Tigers. This is Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Class of 1978 who will be celebrating their 40th reunion this weekend. Welcome to the game.
Come back to the second quarter. Indians 28, Tigers 13, 8:29 to play in the second quarter. Andre Saladay will kick it off, and it's high and far and almost into the end zone. Tigers will break through 1, 2, 3, 4, and will be brought down.
Takes the ball out at the 29-yard line of Alexandria. Will be 1st and 10.
28-13, a Indian lead. And now Ryland Metz will come back out onto the field as he leads this Tiger offense.
Yeah, and if you are just tuning in, the outstanding Alexandria quarterback, Ryland Metz, just threw a 50-yard touchdown pass.
The 2 touchdown passes of this game have combined for 90 yards passing. Ryland Metz, a 40-yard touchdown pass with 6:24 to go in the first to Justin Summers, and then a 50-yard touchdown pass with 8:46 left to go in this half to Cade Vernetti.
Tigers will line it up, Indians will line it up, and hopefully to get a quick stop.
This is Vernetti, cuts inside and will be dropped by Ja Johnson. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, we're not to halftime yet, 8 minutes still to go in this first half, and I believe Ryland Metz, and this is unofficial, so if you're keeping stats at home, keeping track of it, this is unofficial, but I believe he's probably up to about 164 passing yards here in this first half. unbelievable for only a junior. He comes back one more year for Alexandria, so they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're still a very young football team. Not too many seniors on that side of the field. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. Handful of seniors, and here's Renetti in motion.
It looks like the bonfire just blew off.
They're going to stop.
We will keep it here because a little funny story I was telling Dalton at the break. The one and only Mr. Brian Elliott, his creative ideas, as many know, came up with some funny quotes and sayings for the booth tonight, and out of the 25 papers and stats I brought, I forgot those. So I apologize to Mr. Brian Elliott, and I will get those to the week 9 of IHSA football here against Blackford, and the most famous ones, and if you can think of them, you are a hero. If you are watching, are from the famous Harry Carey. A few of those were on there. So we are going to take a 20-second break and be back with more Indian football action. This is Mississippi Indians football live from Gas City.
Welcome back to Charlie Fisher Field, Gas City, Indiana. And Ryan, you know, Mr. Brian Elliott's sitting back, relaxing back at home in his recliner, and he's ready to just grab a hold of you. You can't believe that you forgot his famous sayings here.
Yeah, you know, he's sitting back eating his ice cream and listening to you and I, and Monday or this weekend he will see me and he will give me a hard time, just like he does if I wear a Kentucky shirt to school, and the first thing he says is, take that blue off, or did you get dressed with the lights off this morning?
Yeah, I think he's right. You might have gotten dressed with the lights off if you're wearing that kind of stuff.
You know, I wore an Alabama shirt today for football, and I didn't hear the end of it.
Ryan, I think you might need to look into getting some glasses like myself here.
You know what? You'll never see me in IU gear ever. And
you know, Ryan, the bad thing is I've got to get a new pair of glasses because I can't see with the ones I'm wearing. Here is the punt for Alexandria. And this ball will take a Tiger bounce and then stop at the 32. And that's where the Indians will take over on offense. And let's see what Heisman Skeens and the team have in store here. The Indians are got some pretty interesting signs down here. You can only see the back of them.
I'm just seeing PS4.
I'm seeing maybe a backpack down there. You know, I don't know. They got some interesting signs, and we only see the back of them. We see maybe a cardinal or something here. You know, they've got it all.
I mean, PS4. They got everything down there.
Here we go. Here is Heisman Skeens in the. Basically, he's in the shotgun all by himself. 2 receivers to this side, 3 to the far side, including the tight end Cruz. Here's Cade Campbell in motion. Now Skeen's going to keep it, go up the middle, break a tackle, and spin and be dropped at the 34. Gain of 3 for Heisman. And, you know, Ryan, I had the chance to see Mr. Brian Elliott at the Gas City Speedway a couple of times this summer. And, you know, I said, all right, I got to get going. And he said, stay out of trouble. I know that's hard for you to do.
He and his son Matt are big race fans, and we think sometimes Elliott can get behind the wheel and take it off, and I'm sure he can do that.
Here's Skeens, a pass to Campbell across the 40 out to the 45 and be brought down at about the 44. It's going to be a first down, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was the 46 or 44. I think it was the 40. It is the 46. I thought it was the 44.
A big shout out to the Brooks Holloway getting the amazing HD pictures that you will see on social media and on our website next weekend or two
If you want to learn to be a bodybuilder, just talk to him.
Yeah, he'll give you the strength that you need, and he sure has that. And a big shout out to the Tyler Gleason for some amazing pictures. And Jaden Glazer and Robert Jones are behind the camera doing all the hard work. You and I just have to sit here and do what we love, and that's announce football. They do all the hard work, get all our streams good, all our sound good, and we thank all Robert and Jaden and Tyler, all the Tribe TV staff. Some couldn't be here tonight, but again, we thank all of them and Brooks Holloway. First down, ball is on the 46, 5 minutes 14 to play.
If you're watching at home, go ahead and tweet your seat and at me. That way I can give you a shout out. My Twitter handle is @DaltonBishop00. So if you're watching at home, tweet your seat @DaltonBishop00. We'll be sure and give you a shout out.
Yes. Tweet him or tweet MCSC Tribe TV on Twitter. And again, yeah, we'll get you a big shout out. We appreciate all our viewers tonight. This couldn't be possible without you.
Skeens tried to throw one, and it almost was picked off. It was deflected. It's going to be second down. And a long mile to go for Ole Miss. 2nd and 21.
You know, we say that, Dalton, and next thing we know, our phones are going to be blown up.
Oh, boy. I'm ready, I guess.
Second down, ball is on the 35-yard line. 4 minutes and 59 seconds to play until the halftime break here at Fisher Field.
Look, down there on the sideline, the Indians might have a spider out there, man.
Yeah,
don't be
red
showing
spider.
me that kind of things. I'll be trying to kill it. Here we go. Skeens out to pass.
Skeens goes to
Kyler Funk, and that play was swallowed up.
Yeah, gain of 0.
Four minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Pretty interesting game here so far. It's only 28-13. Alexandria still in this ballgame, not out yet, but never out. You're never out of a game. You know, you just got to keep digging. Skeens rolls out to.
Skeens will hand it off to Cade Campbell, and he will dive.
Pitched it off to Campbell. Now it's going to bring up 4th down, and I believe the Indians will probably punt unless you want to try the boot of Andre Soliday from about 84 yards.
Only 84.
Only. You know, like I told you, you might have a power up or something where you can make the boot a little bit bigger.
Yeah, get him some Gatorade and he'll.
But I think the Indians are going for it. 4th down, and I'm going to say about 10. Because it was 4th and 21, and then they, I don't know, our marker says 4th and 0, so let's see. There might be inches. Just kidding. It's 10. Pitches it off to Campbell again, and I don't think he's going to get there, and he will not. He's going to be short. So Campbell will be knocked out of bounds, and now Alexandria will take over on turnover on downs. It is going to be Tiger football. 3:27 to go in the opening half. As we look down again, Caden Cole sits on the bench here on the Indian sideline in frustration and disappointment. I know he wants to be out there, but unfortunately, it looks like his night will probably be over. So we hope for the best for Caden and hope that he gets back to 100% for next week against Blackford. And if not, we definitely will need him 2 weeks from tonight, no matter who the Indians play. This is Thomas. We'll keep it. He will get 4 or 5. While we have a minute, Ryan, I will go ahead and get on to Twitter and see if anybody has tweeted me or check up on some scores from around the county.
I was about to say, Scott Hunt is not in the booth, so I'm assuming he will be at the Eastbrook game. And, yes, he will be.
At the halftime break, Oak Hill leads Frankton 14-0. Score will be that score brought to you by Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Gas City at 1030 East Main Street. At the end of the first quarter, Marion leads Indianapolis Tech 7-0. Early in the second quarter, Eastbrook 14, Blackford 0. Those scores are courtesy of Good Neighbor Pharmacy. So again, if you are watching at home, tweet your seat at Dalton Bishop 00 or at MHS Tribe TV. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching, and what team you hope will win tonight's contest.
Yeah, big CIC matchup, and some people say, well, you always say a big CIC matchup. Well, every CIC game is a big CIC matchup because, one, you want to go undefeated, and two, you want to win the Central Indiana Conference for 2018.
And most important of them all, you want to keep Ruby where she belongs.
Yeah. It looks good in the
trophy case.
And sometimes they get Ruby out and take it to practice, but not too many times.
Yeah, back my sophomore year, my last year of playing football, when we won the jug, we got it from Eastbrook. Normally that's the two teams who trade it back and forth. This is Mississinewa and Eastbrook. Occasionally you'll get a few other teams in there, but we won that game. We got it back from Eastbrook, and everybody called it 15 different names, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I believe it might have been Corey Markley, out of all people, says.
Out of all people, I was about to say the same thing.
He said, this is Ruby, and ever since then, it's been Ruby.
Seth Gasonic goes into the game, and Metz will be sacked in the backfield. And I believe, if these unofficial stats, he is sacked for 3 times tonight.
Seth Gasonic and Kyler Funk. Down to 90 seconds to play in the first half, 28-13, Indians with a lead. Here's the problem, Ryan, for Alexandria. Earlier, you were taking your time doing what was working. Now they're kind of hurrying things up.
Exactly. Yeah, now they're trying to figure different things out because obviously it is not working for Alexandria right now, and it looks like there'll be a timeout. Timeout, Alexandria. We're going to take a 1-minute break. Indians 28, Tigers 13. Break is brought to you by Needham Story Wapner Funeral Service. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Mississippi Indians football live from Gas City.
Monday, October 8th, freshman football team will face Westdale. The host venue Fisher Field game is at 6 p.m. Then the junior varsity will host Alexandria. That begins at 7:30 p.m. And on Friday, October 12th, the varsity football team will host Blackford. Game time 7 p.m. And that also will be senior night.
Welcome back to Fisher Field, Gas City, Indiana, home of the Tribe from Ole Miss. Here we go.
4th down, and let's see if the Indians can get a stop, and I thought someone moved on the line.
Here's Metz, stays in there. The pass will be incomplete. Carson Campbell on the coverage. That one was intended for Cade Vernetti, and now the Ole Miss Indians take back over on offense. Exactly 1 minute to go in the first half.
1 minute.
At the halftime break, Eastbrook leads Blackford 14-0.
First down, ball on the 30, and Indians will pitch it to Cade Campbell, and like we said, the turf is slick.
who just slipped and fell down. And, you know, Ryan, you can't do anything about
No.
that. You just can't. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, all you can say is thank you, Mother Nature. 40 seconds to play until the halftime break.
That one was Monsoon Storm Fisher.
Fisher Monsoon.
Skeens back to pass, rolls out, will throw, and I don't think it was caught. It's not. Pass was intended for number 23, Carson Campbell. We haven't said Carson's name a whole lot. He's been very, very aggressive here in 2018 for Ole Miss and just hasn't had the looks here tonight. But, you know, Ryan, sometimes, you know, like I say in just about anything that you do, sometimes things go how you want it, and, you know, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just the way everyday life works, you know.
3rd down, 11 to go, ball on the 29.
Skeens to pass again. Looks, will throw across the field. Almost intercepted, but that's Kyler Funk with the catch, and he stays on his feet. He was down. That ball almost was intercepted and taken back to the house. That would have been terrible for Ole Miss. 1st down, Indians, 12.7 to go, first half.
Take a 1-minute break. 1-minute break is brought to you by Via Credit Union of Gas City, proud to support Mississinewa Athletics. www.viacu.org. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football live from Gas City.
Welcome back to Fisher Field, Gas City, Indiana, home of the Mississinewa Indians, and we will get to our shout-outs at the halftime break as long as
you will hear from one from far away.
Far, far away. You can't reach it here in a day if you're driving.
No, definitely not.
Here's a pass.
Skeens will try to take it by himself, and he'll be dropped down.
We'll also preview myself making a fool out of myself. Here we go.
Are you regretting this tomorrow?
I don't know yet. We'll find out. Ask me tomorrow.
Okay.
Ask me about midnight tomorrow evening.
Yeah, I'll text you and see if you have regretted it.
6 seconds to go here in the first half. We will get a check here on any scores that we may have. So we will go ahead and see here. I am looking. Come on, phone. Hurry up. Load it up. We do know at the halftime break it is Eastbrook all over Blackford, 14-0 at the halftime break. Also at halftime, Oak Hill leads Frankton 14-0. Here in Gas City, going to the halftime break here in about 6 seconds. At the end of the first, Marion leads Indianapolis Tech 7-0. Here's the pass.
Skeens will go to Campbell.
You can get out of bounds. Why not try Andre Soliday for a field goal here? Let's see what he has. You know, 1.5 seconds left. I know that's about. Look, it is. Andre Soliday will come on to the field. And Ryan, this is about a 60-yard field goal attempt.
I'm telling you, if he makes this, you're on your own because I won't be able to talk the rest of the night.
All right, I'll take your word. If he makes this, Ryan, I'm going to get up. I'm going home and I'm going to bed because that is ridiculous for a high school kid.
Look, he's going, okay, it's lined up, and let's see if it'll go.
Could you imagine this, Ryan? Here we go. The snap, the kick. It has the distance. Oh, I thought it
Too
did.
low.
It just dropped, but there
Too
was
low.
a flag.
But there is a flag on the play.
It was far. It was off to the left, and I don't think it had enough. It might have had enough distance. That one was.
I think it had enough distance. It was off and it was low. Well, it looks like we'll both be able to stay here and announce the rest of the game.
Well, I might have had some heart failure because I wouldn't have been able to breathe. I would have been so shook up and excited that he had.
You would have said,
nailed
"Let me
that.
have your autograph real quick."
Yeah. I'd have ran onto the field. They'd have threw me out of the game.
You'll be. Yeah, let me have your autograph.
Before you become the next Adam Vinatieri, would you mind to sign my shirt?
Just so 40 years from now, you can.
Offsides defense, and so Soliday will now go from 60 yards to 55 yards, and now when he nails this one, they will regret it.
Yeah.
I think he will nail it. The ball will be placed at the 36-yard line, so it's about a 46-yard field goal. I believe it's about, I'd say about 46 yards. That is what NFL players struggle to nail, a 46-yarder.
Yeah, and if he makes this, sending to the Colts.
Wow. not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Because the Colts could use him right now.
So here we go. We will await again as we continue to wait and wait and wait some more. 0.1 seconds to play here in the first half, and Mr. Clutch, Andre Soliday, the mega boot, will try it again. From 46 yards. Here's the snap. The kick. This one just short. Just short.
It literally was just short.
So at the halftime break, Mississinewa 28, Alexandria 13. We will go ahead and get to our shout-outs. Go ahead and get them pulled up here on Twitter. We want to say a special thank you to Matthew Hatfield, watching from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He says he's enjoying the Mississinewa Indians football game. He wants to say thanks for the broadcast. Well, Matthew, thank you for your support. And how cool is that you are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, soaking up some sunshine and watching Indians football?
Yeah, while you're listening to this broadcast, can you send your weather here with, because I'm sure you didn't have any rain today.
We also got to say a special shout out to Corey McCarty, who is sitting at home on her couch watching the football game. So thank you for your support. I believe that's the only shout outs and the only tweets that we have right now.
I have not got any yet.
At halftime break, Millers 7, Brownsburg 0. Not that it has anything to do with us, but Yorktown 6 and Pendleton Heights 0 with 8:39 left in the second quarter.
And the one and only, guess who is here, and I just saw him.
Sean Douglas is in the house.
He's on the sidelines. He's got it made tonight. He's usually sitting right across from me, but he is actually on the sideline. So thanks for him. And even though Scott Hunt is not at the Indians, but at the home of the Indians, he's at Eastbrook. We thank him for all he does. And Dalton.
1 minute to go before the half. Indianapolis Tech with a blocked punt return for a touchdown. They fell on a 2-point conversion. They trail Marion 7-6 with 1 minute before the halftime break.
And as the camera will be zoomed here in a second, as the angle is not quite for our camera, but the Lady Indian mini cheerleaders, as for say, will be recognized. I saw a tweet from the cheerleading Twitter saying they have over 100 mini cheerleaders at their camp this week.
How awesome is that?
So, Dalton, you're making your life is changing tomorrow. You're making a big step in life, and you will be behind the driver's seat of a sprint car, and it's a little different because you're used to announcing. Now you'll be behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's actually it's kind of it looks like a sprint car, but it's actually a smaller version. It's called a micro. So behind the wheel of that tomorrow at Circus City Speedway in Peru. I'm really looking forward to that opportunity and excited to see maybe what I can do, maybe how good I can make myself look, or how much of a clown I can look. So I think it'll be really fun. I'm hoping that the weather holds off, and you know, if you guys don't have anything to do tomorrow, make the trip to Circus City Speedway, and hopefully I can make you happy.
Make you happy, or make people laugh at you, but hopefully
we won't talk about that quite yet.
But Dalton, as always, best of luck in racing, and please stay safe tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Band, can you quiet the band right now? We've got the young cheerleaders doing the halftime entertainment. Please.
They can't hear over top of the plate. It gets loud. Chris would be a cheerleader for 1 year. I can't remember. Was I out there before? Done. Done. We did it in like. I never let you do this. I did it. It was like second grade, first grade. I think I did it first grade and fourth grade. It went that way from the bathroom side. Exactly. I like the pizzazz. Did you do pizzazz?
Let's give a big round of applause for these junior cheerleader campers. have a halftime score in the Eastbrook-Blackford game. Eastbrook 14, Blackford nothing.
Welcome back to the after the halftime break. Indians 28, Tigers 13, and the Tigers will kick it off to the Indians.
For the Indians. And the ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty.
Ball will go out of bounds.
First and 10 for the Indians.
Ball is on the 35, first down, 10 to go.
First and 10 for the Indians from their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 for the Indians again, and at their own 35-yard line. Ball will be snapped to Skeens, and Skeens will take it by himself on the home side, and he'll take it long, and he'll be gone, and that'll be a touchdown, Indians.
Heisman Skeens takes it into the end zone, Ryan. A big touchdown for big number 21. And that just woke up the kids.
And the citizens of Gas City are awake now.
The cheerleaders singing the school fight song. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and sing that, man?
I'll pass on that.
Oh, come on.
My voice is getting ready to go as it is, as Andre Soliday will kick it up again.
It's been the Heisman Skeens Cade Campbell show here tonight.
Yes, and always the show of Andre Soliday.
Andre Soliday. So, here we go. Tigers are going to get the football.
Indians 35, Tigers 13. First down, 10 to go, and the ball will be on the 40.
Here is the kick, and he will be brought down. I believe that was Jesse Plummer.
And there 25. Will be 2 flags on the play. And the
delay game on the receiving team. Just kidding, that ain't gonna happen.
The officials chucked the flag. Personal foul against Alexandria. 11 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Indians 35, Tigers 13. And Dalton is sweating up here. update on the Giants and Indianapolis Tech.
At the halftime break, Marion 7, Tech 6.
Ooh, a close one.
Over in Blackford County, Eastbrook 21, Blackford 0 early in the third quarter.
It looks like there'll be a flag and it'll be a foul or holding.
Last update we had, Oak Hill 14, Frankton 0 at the half.
Yes, and it is holding against Alexandria.
So far, so good here in Gas City. 11 and a half minutes to play. 35-13 here in the third quarter. So.
Metz will line drive it to his teammate, and it'll be incomplete. And ball will be at the same spot they started, a gain of 0. Second down, 16 to go, ball on the 4 as he started. Metz sends his player in motion, fakes it, and hands it off and up the middle, and it gains 4.
Tyler Funk and John Johnson on the stop for the Indians. About a yard on the play.
Seth Gashana comes in for the Indians. A big shout out to Seth for what he does for TribeTV. He likes to be up here calling a football game, but it'll be kind of difficult when he's playing.
We'll just mic him up. Give him a wireless microphone.
You know, I said that, but it sounds a little illegal for high school. I mean, we do have wireless mics, so put one in his helmet and turn him on every once in a while.
Pass is complete to Cade Bernetti. He stopped by Carson Campbell and Chris Pavey on the play.
4th down, 7 to go, and ball is on the 5.
Summers back to punt.
Here comes the punt.
The punt is up. Oh! And the punt will, do you know how to describe it? Cruz, what we would call, I guess he
blocked the punt with his helmet.
Blocked a good, a lucky block,
And here comes the Cruz chant.
Yeah.
And it's a safety, so now that makes it 37-13. You know, while we have a second, Ryan, I just thought of something, and you know, it doesn't have to pertain to Mississinewa or to Alexandria, but I think that it should definitely be recognized. Last night here at Mississinewa, the Mississinewa High School held the girls soccer sectional, and that championship game will be played tomorrow at 2 p.m. here at Mississinewa between Marion and Western.
Yes.
And so last night, Marion Jr. Taylor Kitts became the single season record holder for goals in a single season. The previous record was 31, and she left last night with 35.
That, you know, I saw that when I was scrolling through. And, you know, that is very impressive. Not only, you know, for soccer, but for just in one season. It's not, you know, 1, 2, 3. It's not 2 seasons. It's not 3 seasons. It is 1 season. And that is
she still has tomorrow to play.
Yeah. So she could leave with 37 or more. Skeens will handle the ball as Alexandria kicks it off, and he'll break through 1, 2, and he might be gone. He might be, and he is gone. And Heisman Skeens will take it in for a touchdown, Indians. I tell you, Dalton, he got away quick, and he broke through 3, and he was gone.
That one shook the entire building, and it is now 43-13. This one is all over but the siren at the end of the game.
Touchdown is brought to you by Grant County State Bank, proudly serving Grant County for over 70 years. Marion, Sweetser, and Swayze growing in our community. And Andre Soliday will kick it off for the Indians.
The PAT is up and, as always, perfect. 44-13, 9:39 to play in the third quarter. We will take a 1-minute timeout and come back with more football action and Friday Night Lights. This is Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
That touchdown brought to you by Josh Crick with American Family Insurance here in Gas City. Coach Crick donates another $5 to the Indians program.
Andre Soliday will kick it off to the Alexandria Tigers, and Dalton, I can't see anything.
No, it's, I think the fog has set in on us.
Yeah, the late night fog. I wonder what that's from.
Something that might have went boom.
Yeah, might have shook the press box just a little bit.
Maybe.
I don't know what they put in the powder, but it is extra strong tonight. Indians 44, Tigers 13, 9:39 left to play. First down, 10 to go, ball is on the 20. Alexandria will send players in motion. Alexandria take it down their side, and they'll break through one, and he'll be dropped down. And he'll be dropped down by John Johnson, and there'll be a flag on the play. .30 to play in the third quarter. Fisher Field Indians will line it up. And after Alexandria got past them and was brought down by number 50, Mr. Johnson. Metz will throw it out of bounds. It was intended to a Tiger player, fell incomplete, and it was way over his head. Ball will be caught for a long way, and it'll be an Alexandria touchdown.
Gabe Vernetti makes a fine catch. He's brought down from behind by Carson Campbell on the play. First and goal for Alexandria.
As the window frame was in my way, Carson Campbell made the stop at the, looks like the 1 yard line. Ball is on the 3 correction.
Ryland Nets on the quarterback keeper up the middle, takes the ball into the end zone.
And that now will be an Alexandria touchdown.
So now, Alexandria, like you said, will get a little added bonus to their scoring column. You may or may not want that in football. It could be golf, and lowest score wins.
Yeah. Summers will kick it up for Alexandria.
Summers, Fleming, heating and cooling. I don't even know what was
What
happening.
what in the world? Yeah, all I can say is the extra point was no good.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I've never seen that. You can guess what that was, or you can turn over to Kurt McCollum.
I'll go ahead and guess that was a supposed to be a fake, and he forgot, and then he remembered again. So.
He forgot and remembered again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That was quite interesting.
Well, Ryan, next week, the Indians will host the Blackford Bruins.
And a notice to fans, next week we may have a 3-man crew on the mic. Mr. Dalton Bishop, myself, and the one and only Ian Van Winkle.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I think they might be trying for an onside kick here.
Well, they're setting up to be in the uphill wheel. What? Holy cow.
Crews only carry about half of their team.
Yeah, you might as well put him on a sled because he just pulled their team across.
And now the reserves will come in. Here we go. Here comes the snap. Skeens will hand off. This is Cade Campbell up the middle, around the outside, cuts back up into the center.
Ooh,
breaks about
through
the tackle, and it takes about 4 or 5 to bring him down. As they call him here at Mississinewa, Camp B. Scampy. Nice little carry there for Cade. Here we go.
Dalton, do you have a nickname for everyone in this school?
No. Just Cade.
Just Cade. The one and only Cade Campbell.
It's Cade Campbell, it's Jeffrey Schneiser, it's it's every name you can think of.
Cade Campbell will go on the outside and he will break through one, and that'll be an Indian touchdown.
Andre Saladay's kick is up and good as always.
Left the third quarter. Indians 51, Tigers 19.
Touchdown is brought to you by Jackson's Dairy Farm, 789 East Old Kokomo Road in Marion.
Luke Strick donates another $5 to the Indians program.
The Indians 51, Tigers 19, 8 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. Andre Saladay will kick it off to the Alexandria Tigers. And that'll be a touchback, the second touchback from Andre Saladay.
First and 10 for Alexandria from their own 20-yard line.
A deep pass from Metz will be unsuccessful and no good.
Bernetti falls incomplete. Hunter Ribble. That play defensively for the Indians.
Pass to Summers falls incomplete. Alexandria will break through 1, 2, and 3 and get through.
Johnson, Carson Campbell will play defensively for the Indians. Good for a first down for Alexandria. First and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Cole Stewart. Good for a first down for Alexandria. First and 10 from their own 41. Aaron Thomas on the carry, and he's chased down by Carson Campbell. Loss of about a yard on the play, brings up second down.
Alexandria will set up. Metz will look for an open player, and he'll take it by himself and breaks through 1 And he will be brought down. Brought down by number 17, Kyler Funk. Flag on the play.
Blocked in the back against Alexandria. Pass intended for Justin Summers falls incomplete. Pass complete to Cole Stewart. Heisman Skeens on the stop for the Indians. Be fourth down. Fourth and about 2 for Alexandria from their own 49-yard line. Flags on the play. Encroachment against the Indians, 5-yard penalty. It'll be a first down for Alexandria. Pass is complete to Miller Abernathy. He's wrapped up by Hunter Ribble. Gain of about 6 yards brings up second down. Screen pass to Aaron Thomas. He's brought down by Tobias Mead. Good for a first down for the Tigers. First and 10 from the Indian 32. Aaron Thomas on the carry, and Kyler Funk on the stop, gain of a couple yards, brings up second down. Pass is complete to number 10, Miller Abernathy. Good for a Alexandria touchdown. Pass is complete to Aaron Thomas for the two-point conversion. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Indians 51, Tigers 27. Cade Campbell on the return. Takes the ball out to about the 36-yard line of Mississinewa. Max Naselroad and Gabe Scott on the stop for the Tigers. Timeout, Mississinewa. Once again, I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors: House Hunters Real Estate, Fairmount Family Dentistry, Jackson Dairy Farm, Summers Heating and Cooling, Meyer, A New Leaf, Good Neighbor Pharmacy, Miller's American Auto Body, Cafe Valley, Via Credit Union, Gas City, Needham, Story and Wampner, Sophie's Ice Cream, Cunningham Glass, Mike Anderson Chevrolet, Gas City, Scott's Flooring and Installation, Edward Jones, Mark Sieglin, Twin City Auto Body, Marine General Hospital, Runner Dental Center, Grant County State Bank, IMG, Nicholson Realty, Gorman and Bunch Orthodontics, Ole Miss Youth Sports, State Farm Dennis Roach, Screen Rescue, and Raymond James Investments. Heisman Skeens down the left sideline. Touchdown, Indians! Andre Saladay for the extra point. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Indians 58, Tigers 27. That touchdown brought to you by Josh Crick with American Family Insurance here in Gas City. Coach Crick donates another $5 to the Indians program. Cade Vernetti on the return, and he's stopped by Bryce Lutke. First and 10 for Alexandria from their own 31-yard line. Aaron Thomas on the carry. Chased down by Tobias Mead. No gain on the play. Brings up second down. Rylan Med sacked in the backfield. Nathan Earl on that sack for the Indians. Heisman Skeens intercepts the pass. Takes the ball inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Indians. Aaron Thomas on the stop for the Tigers. Carson Campbell up the middle. Takes the ball to about the 1-yard line. Andrew Cruz on the quarterback keeper. Takes the ball into the end zone, but there's a flag on the play. Illegal motion against the Indians. Andrew Cruz on a quarterback keeper. Around the right end, takes the ball into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. Andre Saladay for the extra point. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Indians 65, Tigers 27. Coach Crick with American Family Insurance right here in Gas City donates another $5 to the Indians program. Aaron Thomas on the return. Carter Burton and Jesse Plummer on a stop for the Indians. First and 10 for Alexandria from their own 19-yard line. Timeout, Mississinewa. Vernetti on the carry. Chris Pavey in on that play defensively for the Indians. And that's the end of the third quarter. Indians 65, Tigers 27.
Starting the fourth quarter. Fumble on the play as we start the fourth quarter. 11:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Indians 65. Tigers 27.
Retains possession. Mary Abernathy.
Second down, 6 to go. Ball on the 23-yard line. Third down, 12 to go. The ball will be placed on the 17. Alexandria will break through 2 and will be dropped by Indians.
John Johnson and Bryce Lukey on the stop for the Indians. Good for a first down for the Tigers. First and 10 from their own.
Dalton had to leave to get prepped for his big race tomorrow, so we thank Dalton Bishop and I thank Dalton Bishop for joining me tonight. And always love announcing with him, and he does the same. Alexandria will break through 1 and will be dropped backwards. Indians will make the stop. Stop will be by number 50, John Johnson, a 6'4", 180. Ball intended at Alexandria was unsuccessful and incomplete.
Pass intended for number 24, Cade Brunetti.
That was go 24, Cade Brunetti, and that'll be incomplete, and we'll be back where they started. And 50 seconds left, and another ball will be incomplete.
For Ray Jacobs falls incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. Desmond Summers will punt. Standridge had a really deep man for the Indians.
Alexandria will punt it, and it will fall out of bounds.
Ball goes out of bounds. The 1st and 10 for the Indians, and they're on the 35-yard line.
Indians will line it up. Cade Campbell or Gage Peterson will take it on the far side and will be dropped.
Gage Peterson on carry for the Indians. Gain of about 4 yards on the play, brings out 2nd down.
Second down, 5 to go. Ball on the 40. Indians will snap it. And Gage Peterson will take it, and he'll be dropped.
On carry.
I'd like to read off some of our corporate sponsors. Nicholson Realty, 121 North 3rd Street in Gas City, Mississinewa High School Administration. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, 201 West Main in Gas City. And we will get to the rest of the corporate sponsors at the end of the game, and we will relook our corporate sponsors from beginning to end, and we will thank our corporate sponsors for all they do for Mississinewa family and most importantly Mississinewa athletics, and that'll be a first down Indians. Indians will line it up, and they be in control of Gage Peterson. Gage Peterson taking it down the far side, and he'll break through one, and he'll be brought down on the 2nd.
The run down the right sideline. Mikey Smith and Gage Scott. Force him out of bounds. Gain of about 7 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Indians will take it to 5. It'll be 3rd down.
Jackson Hughes on the stop.
No, they will get the first down.
Peterson on the carry once again.
Peterson on the carry.
Hunter Lever and Jackson Hughes on the stop for the Tigers.
Indians will line it up on 2nd down. Indians will hand it off to Gage Peterson. Gage Peterson will break through one and will be dropped.
Caleb Bott on the stop. Good for another Indian first down.
6 minutes and 38 seconds and counting in the final and fourth quarter here at Fisher Field. It's still a beautiful night.
Hand off to Peterson once again.
Hand off to Peterson again, and he'll be dropped. A gain of 3.
Alexandria and Humes on the stop for Alexandria. Gain of about 3 yards, brings up second down.
Second down and a gain of 3. Gage Peterson up the middle, and he will be dropped down after 3.
Good for another Indian first down.
And that'll be another Indian first down. Indians will line it up on a first down.
Your brother is playing.
Luke Bennett on the carry.
Luke Bennett on the carry for the Indians. Indians will line it up on second down.
Pitch out to Peterson. Mikey Smith on the tackle. Once again to Peterson. Becky Smith and Cole Morris on the stop. Pitch out to Elijah Standridge.
Pitch to Standridge.
Carson Hartwell and Eric Egg on the stop. Just short of the first down, and Alexandria will take over downs. Hand off to Max Naselroad, and he stopped in the backfield. Aiden Douglas on that stop. encroachment against the Indians, 5-yard penalty.
Girl, I know. Lattes is what I want. I take all my managers to train.
Pass complete to Justin Summers. Landry Rock defending on that play for the Indians. Off to Max Nazelrode, who's wrapped up by number 25, Jesse Plummer. Gain of a couple yards, brings up second down. On the stop for the Indians. Brings up third down. Cole Stewart on the carry. He's wrapped up by number 27, Lucas Darnell. They'll bring up fourth down.
That's the end of the game. Indians win, Indians win, Indians win big in a CIC matchup. Indians go to 6-0 in the CIC. Thank you for everyone tuning in, and thank you everyone for TribeTV being here. And thank you, Mr. Brooks Holloway again. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Tune in next week as Indians will take on Blackford, as we will have a 3-man crew in the booth. So long from Fisher Field.